The Trump campaign is already attacking Kamala Harris over liberal positions she embraced during the 2020 presidential primary. K-File's Andrew Kaczynski joining me now with some of those comments that could make her vulnerable to criticism. So what did you find?
That's right. In the summer of 2020, when there were protests across the country after a police officer murdered George Floyd, many progressives and liberals were talking about defunding police departments nationwide. One local radio show asked then-Senator Kamala Harris where she stood on the defund the police movement. Take a listen to this.
Defund the police. The issue behind it is that we need to reimagine how we are creating safety. And when you have many cities that have 1/3 of their entire city budget focused on policing, we know that is not the smart way and the best way or the right way to achieve safety. This whole movement is about rightly saying, we need to take a look at these budgets and figure out whether it reflects the right priorities. For too long, the status quo thinking has been, you get more safety by putting more cops on the street. Well, that's wrong.
Now, in another interview that same week, Harris praised Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti for removing $150 million from the police budget and investing that money in social services. Listen to this.
That's a legitimate conversation, and it requires a really critical evaluation. I applaud Eric Garcetti for doing what he's done.
Now, some important context here is that polling showed that reducing police budgets was never really popular, even in 2020. A Pew Research poll found that year that just 25% of adults supported reducing police budgets that year. And by 2021, that support had decreased to just 15%. But it is also important to note that the Biden administration, which of course included Vice President Harris, passed the American Rescue Plan, and that did put billions of dollars to cities to boost their budget for local police. Still, as Harris runs, trying to use that history as a prosecutor, Republicans are going to use some of this to try to portray her as soft on crime.
So to that point, how is the Harris campaign responding?
Right. So after Harris was selected by Joe Biden to be VP, we really did not see her mentioning the defund the police movement at all. And that campaign actually clarified to say that she did not support defunding the police. They said it was a, quote, lie to suggest that she did. Now, we reached out to the Harris campaign to ask about all of this, and here's what they told CNN. They said whether as a district attorney, attorney general, senator, or vice president, Kamala Harris has led the way to keep our community safe, take on violent crime, and help lead the nation to a historic drop in violent crime to a 50-year low.
Andy Kaczynski, appreciate it. Thank you. Let's jump in now with our panel. Nara, when you look at these comments, right, this idea of defund the police and even just that as a slogan, even if the vice president at the time was not fully saying you should defund the police, she was talking about maybe we should look at the way things are done. That statement and that sentiment isn't going away. How damaging has it been for Democrats?
Well, the defund the police was not a popular slogan and frankly not embraced by the majority of Democrats, and certainly not the ones who have to navigate districts that are big cities or districts where there are a mix of voters. And so it became a deeply left title that got put onto Democrats by some really great messaging and campaign efforts. And in fact, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City was elected as a police officer and as somebody who talked about being tough on crime. That's going to be a challenge, right? Is getting out of the rhetoric that has developed over time and getting back to what are the policy decisions that have actually been made and what are the conversations that America still needs to have. Clearly, the conversation over Black Lives Matter, over racism, over sexism is now coming back given Kamala Harris and her identity. And it's a conversation this country did not resolve.
We'll see if the conversation is taken up as we move into this final 100 days of the campaign. David, look, we are seeing these comments from the past pop up for both candidates. This is nothing new in a campaign season. I want to get your take on J.D. Vance earlier today was clarifying, defending what he said, some past comments about people who don't have kids. Take a listen.
Becoming a father, becoming a mother, I really do think it changes your perspective in a pretty profound way, that this is not about criticizing people who for various reasons didn't have kids. This is about criticizing the Democratic Party for becoming anti-family and anti-child.
So he's saying about the party what he sees as it being anti-family, anti-child. I agree as a parent, it does change you. But the way he was laying it out, it made it a lot for good and bad. He made it sound as if you can't be an effective legislator or lawmaker in a position of power if you don't have kids. Is that an effective message?
Yeah, so yeah, no, listen, if you're explaining a position, we all know this. If you're explaining, you're losing, right? So, but if you listen to the whole interview with Megyn Kelly, it's pretty enlightening. And I think if people take the time, which nobody does in politics anymore, unfortunately, if people would take the time to listen to the whole thing,
this
I think
afternoon, my friend.
No, Erica, listen, I'm not saying you, I'm saying people, our viewers, I'd encourage you to go listen to it all, right? And that's the problem in politics. Everyone gets caught in these gotcha moments, right? Where you say one thing 23 years ago and it comes back and bites you and it's run in a different context. Look, I think that, of course you could be an effective legislator if you don't have children. It gives you a different perspective. Kids, as you said, Erica, give you a different perspective. Whether you adopt kids, whether you have them, whether you raise an adopted child, whether you're a blended marriage. Look, kids are a blessing in life, and everybody, I think, agrees to that. And they change how you look at the future and worry about the future. And I think what J.D. Vance is talking about is some extreme positions in the Democratic Party on the environmental front and others. They say, look, maybe we shouldn't have kids. The world's not fit for children. We shouldn't have children in the future. The American population growth is declining rapidly. We have less and less children each year. And I think if you listen to the whole interview, go back and listen to it, and you have, I don't think what he was saying was taken accurately or fairly. But again, as we all know, if you're explaining, you're losing.
If you're explaining, you're losing. It's interesting, as you point out, something you said, whether it's 3 minutes ago or 30 years ago, as it comes back to you, I think it raises an important question in terms of where we stand in 2024 and whether a candidate can actually change their position on anything. Can they evolve in where they stand? How do voters take that to you?
Well, I think there's a difference between evolving and kind of having complete 180s. And also, if the evolving, for J.D. Vance, the evolving has been perceived as kind of politically expedient. So I think that's why some of the different ways he frames his politics is, I think, something that people have found problematic. Again, it's not just, particularly about President Trump. He seemed to have very clear and very negative viewpoints about President Trump before he decided to seek elected office. And that is the part of his evolution on Trump coincided with him becoming this national political figure. So it's not that he can't evolve. We've seen politicians evolve, particularly on things like LGBTQ rights, for example. That's been evolving. Quite frankly, a lot of conservatives have evolved on how they approach abortion, for example. And they haven't necessarily been told, this evolution is not sincere. But for J.D. Vance, it's because he was so strong in one way. And again, it's coming across as political expedient, this what he calls an evolution on Trump, particularly just one person.
There is a swirl of speculation, I think, to put it mildly, around Harris's pick for her eventual running mate. Everyone from Arizona Senator Mark Kelly to North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. Nara, how much do you think this pick matters? I would say it matters in perhaps maintaining momentum over the next couple of weeks. But how much do you think the ultimate pick of her running mate is going to matter to voters?
Oh, I think it makes for that combination of what looks like it brings together not only the Democratic Party and its various elements, but also what looks like what the country looks like today. And that's, the joke about how it has to be a boring white man. And, nobody calls that the DEI pick, but in many ways, a vice presidential pick, even Barack Obama picking Joe Biden at the time, your VP is supposed to round out what you as the top candidate may not bring to the table. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Donald Trump picked somebody very different from him. I think we could welcome some more diversity from the Democratic side of the ticket.
David, how do you think Donald Trump is feeling? I mean, there's a whole lot of speculation, right? But how is he feeling at this point, do you think, about J.D. Vance as his pick on the ticket and the impact he's had?
Listen, so he's had a tough news cycle, but I think the former president's pleased with J.D. Vance. I think he's going to get out in my former state of Pennsylvania, home state, and talk to working class people and ask people, how many people in this room have had somebody affected by substance abuse? Raise your hand. I have. How many people here have worked 3 jobs and gone to bed hungry at night? I have. How many people were unsure about their future, and so they enlisted in the military to give themselves a more positive future? I have. I think he's going to be able to do those things very effectively and connect with people in those really important states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and a lot of blue collar communities across America. Listen, we talked about evolution. J.D. Vance said, I was wrong. I blew it on Trump. I totally got him wrong. I thought he was a terrible guy. I evolved. I think he's explained away it as best he can. I think people accept that. What I'd like to hear what I'd like to hear the evolution of is the vice president on her position on fracking in Pennsylvania. Governor Josh Shapiro is a friend of mine. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe that dooms his chances for being the VP, but he's a very effective legislator, a good guy. And I don't know how he's going to run as vice president in a state where fracking is really big when the person at the top of the ticket says she's committed to banning it.